game number 3. Alright guys, welcome here to game number 3 between TyRanT and Team Sci B. TyRanT Warlords, that is, and Team Sci B. The score is currently 1-1, it's tied up. First game went to Sci B on Land Nomad. Game 2 going to the TyRanT Warlords on that ancient lake map there with the huge Galleon War. And now it's going to be game number 3, which will be on Nomad, and this should be really quite an interesting game actually, because although game number 3 is the War is Coming map pack, this game is Nomad, and that means we're going to see 2 Nomad games in a row. 2 Nomad games in a row. It's the first time we've seen that in this group stage. Of course, Nomad is one of the maps in the War is Coming map pack. And for those who don't know, the War is Coming map pack is effectively lots of different maps. And that basically, when you choose the War is Coming map pack, it's like a random map. So you get a random map out of all of the maps that are in that pack. And Nomad just happens to be one of those maps. So Game 3 and Game 4 here are both going to be played on Nomad, which is an interesting twist because, like I say, it's the first time we'll see that happen. And also, if any team has any special strategies that they want to play on the Nomad map, they might just give away their super secret strats to the other team. You never know. So anyway, Nomad, always an interesting map. It's always so messy, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this one goes. We'll quickly see where players are setting up their town centers in a minute, but one thing I want to look at first is the map itself, because it looks pretty interesting to me. And the reason I say that is because the center lake on this map is huge. Sometimes on Nomad you get really small center lakes. This one is big. This is a big lake, and obviously, there's crossing points as well. There's also an area where you can go out to the edge of the map. So the center and the outer areas of the water are joined. And that really puts extra value on the water itself. And it also puts extra value on making sure that you have water control. Simply because you can control much more of the map. If you... For instance, on a normal Nomad, where the outside water and the inside water are not connected, if you build a dock in the middle, your fishing ships are only at risk from any other people who have docked to the middle. And normally, if you've docked in the center and it's a small map, it's a small lake, it's unlikely that other people will, so it's much safer to fish in the middle. However, in this situation, because all the water is joined, it's going to be so important to hold water. And again, because this is a Nomad map, we've also got the land element, the hybrid, I guess, of land and water, which means that it's also going to be important to make sure you're walled up, and it's also important to make sure you're not exposing yourself to any night aggression in the Castle Age, which could definitely be coming in, given the fact we have Franks and we probably have the Chinese as well. We don't actually. Surprising. Anyway, let's have a look at the players and the Civs and the teams. We'll introduce everybody. So up to the north of the map in the orange for the Team Sci B team, we have got Cigarettes playing in the orange as the Franks. And down to the south of the map in the teal, we've got Sci U playing as the Mongols. Bear in mind, this is not locked locations. There's not standard locations. So, Cigarettes up to the north, U over to the south of the map. We've also got in the yellow, off to the west of the map, sorry, the east of the map in the yellow, we've got DS playing as the Vikings. So, Cigarettes in the north, DS in the east. Slightly to the south of them, we have got U in the teal playing as the Mongols. And then last but not least for the Sci team, on this little island here, almost connected by the shallows on the west of the lake, we've got Xiaoxiong in the red playing as the Celts. So the Sci team are pretty split up actually. Cigarettes has got Slam next door to him, and then opposite Slam there's DS, and then opposite DS there's Riot, and then you've got Bagiofro, and then just to the south of Bagiofro you've got U. So on this right side, it's a real mash of players, and it gets so confusing because obviously there's 4 players on each team. They're all mixed up together, and it's going to be very messy on this right side. Red players got it good over here though, I think. Easy wall on both sides. In fact, they've already walled this up. So that's like a private island for them, which is really fantastic, and should be able to make a lot of that. They're playing as the Celts, so options here to go for water, options as well to go for fast fast Castle Age aggression if they want to do that as well. For now, for TyRanT Warlords, down to the south of the map in the grey, we've got TyRanT Fire. He's playing as the Aztecs. Over to the right of him, at the south of the map as well, in the green, we've got Bagiofro playing as the Koreans. And just to the north of Bagiofro, we've got Riet playing in the blue as the Persians. And last but not least, to the north of Riet, between both DS in the south and Cigarettes in the north, we've got Slam in the purple playing as the Spanish. So you may notice it's not mirror civs. And we've actually got Spanish, Aztecs, Koreans, and Persians versus Vikings, Franks, Celts, and Mongols. So very different civilizations there. And looking at that, Team Psy have got some pretty nice civs for this map. They've got a Viking player, which is the first thing to note. DS here playing as the Vikings, that's pretty huge. Because we've already talked about the significance here of having water control on this map. Simply because it's going to give you a lot more control of the map. It's going to give you a lot more opportunities to kill fishing ships and the like. So DS, as the Viking player, will probably want to wall up and basically go for the water. It would make the most sense for him to do that. But it's going to be very difficult, given the fact he has Slam to the north of him, and he has Riet right down to the south of him. There's no easy wall for him here, and it might put him in a bit of a bad situation where you actually don't have your Viking player able to go onto the water. So that is going to be quite difficult for him. Now, in the south of the map here, we've got Yu playing as the Mongols, but it doesn't look like he actually has any access to any meat. He doesn't have any boar, he doesn't have any deer here, and that's really horrible. You get really unfortunate and really unlucky in Nomad in your starting location. And with Bagiofro right, just to the right of him, and taking his second boar right now, I have no doubts in my mind in saying that Bagiofro is ahead of Yu at this point in time. And Yu is going to find it hard without any natural food sources nearby, and Bagiofro taking his resources to the right. So that's pretty hotly contested over here. And with the Mongols' real advantage is the hunt. And without them having that and relying on fishing ships instead in the center of the lake here, it's going to be quite difficult for Yu, I think. We'll see how that one goes. Bagiofro playing as the Koreans. Options to tower rush definitely there, and he has got a safe stone up to the north if he walls this, which he is doing. So we can see towers from him. And with fire to the left as well, he is pretty safe over here. He's walled up this passing point, this crossing onto the center lake. He might just fast castle this and end up... We might even not even see any aggression from him in the Castle Age. We might see him go up to the Imperial Age pretty quick and make eagles. So we're going to have fire probably doing quite a big boom. We're probably going to have Xiao Xiong doing quite a big boom as well. But over on this right side, apparently town center war. And what is Yu doing? Yu realizes just how bad his situation is, and he's deleting his TC and building it next to Bagiofro. Bagiofro is just like, what is he doing? Remember, this guy is not playing as the Persians. He's playing as the Mongols. He's had such a bad start that he's now resorting to basically trying to Persian douche Bagiofro as the Mongols. This guy, Mongol douching. That's quite something. I never thought I would have seen that in this game, especially not like as the Mongols here. What is he doing? This is so stupid. Why would you do that? So you here making a huge risky play against Bagiofro. Bagiofro confident that he'll keep his town center alive, and he's already got the upper hand here simply because he garrisoned his town center first. So use TC on fire. He's building that up, and Bagiofro here just going to be pretty comfortable in this location. So what is he doing? I think Yu wants to become the new Cocolino, but he's doing it all wrong. This guy's basically going all out, all in, simply because he could not do anything else, and that's really bad news. I don't know what he's going to end up achieving from this. Probably not a lot. He still has some fishing ships on the water, so you can still make some units, I guess, but he's not, because of course rebuilding his town center did cost him quite a lot of resources. And Bagiofro coming over here on this wood line with these villagers. That is such a big play there. This villager just going to get trapped in. That's number one. But he's trying to wall up the lumber camp because Yu doesn't have enough stone to keep repairing his town center. Bagiofro's TC looks like it's on less health at this point in time. But Bagiofro is trying to wall this up and prevent this lumber camp from basically being able to be dropped off at. Meaning that Yu will no longer be able to repair his TC. So if we have a look at Yu now, he's got 20 wood left. He's going to try and repair his TC as best he can. Whereas Bagiofro in this situation, he's got 100 wood. He's still got safe wood behind his town center, and he's basically just going to repair his town center up, and he will win this town center war. I can say that with almost 100% certainty. He will win this town center war. Now, if you was the Persians, he would have been able to do this a lot better, because the Persians have a lot more health on their TCs. Persians have doubled the health on their town centers. So if you was playing with the Persians, he could delete his town center, rebuild it, he'd have double the health. So therefore, he'd more than likely be able to beat Bagiofro in this fight. But Bagiofro here probably going to win this quite comfortably. And as a result, that will put one of the Sai guys completely out of this game. Now, meanwhile, in other areas of the map, these guys are going up to feudal now. We're probably going to see a lot of fast castles. Like I said, the red player here, the grey player, probably going to want to fast castle this. Though I may be wrong, because it seems like Fire is starting to do some galleys in the middle, and in fact Red is doing the same as well. So Red and Grey, Xiaoxiong and Fire are going to be forced into a little bit of a galley war here in the center to try and take the fishing ships out. Meanwhile at the south, oh man, yeah, you basically bringing in as many as he can, whilst Bagiofro's villagers tries to wall him in. If Bagiofro can get up to the feudal age here, if he can do that, he can start putting towers up, and he could kill these units that are trapped. So these guys are now trapped, nearly trapped. There's a couple of palisades here that need to be built, and they will be basically killed off pretty quickly. A couple of villages being taken down by Bagiofro's TC, but this town center from Yu is so low at this point in time. He's got 400 health left, he's got no villagers repairing, he's got just 10 wood, and he's not going to get the wood income to continue the repairs. So it looks like he's going to lose his town center, and that's basically him out of the game, because how is he going to build a new one? And the answer is, yeah, he's not. Bagiofro bringing his brave villager in to take down this TC just a little faster for him. And it's going to work just fine. Yu's TC will fall. A lot of his villagers are fairly trapped in here as well. And Bagiofro now can safely go up to the feudal age with very little to worry about, as Yu scrambles to get enough wood to build a new town center, but he's had most of his lumber camp walled up. So GG for Yu there. Pretty bad start, and that's really going to put their team behind massively in this game. Now, meanwhile, at the north of the map, we got a bit of a feudal age action from Riot. We've probably been watching this, but Watchtower's coming up on the Viking player, DS. Now, DS, oh man, this could be a really quick game at this rate. DS here still in the Dark Age. He's just going up to feudal now, and he's doing a fast castle build. He's nearly got the resources for a fast castle. But Riot pushing forwards, he busted through these walls with his towers. He's taking down villagers with his archers here. Really nice little rush, and Watchtower's continuing to go up. Now, DS is taking quite a bit of stone, so he will put up some counter towers. But for the Viking player, he's definitely not going to be able to make anything on the water, which is less than ideal, that is for sure. But this is looking really good here for Riot on the north. He's got the score lead for his team, and he is safely fishing as well at the south of the map, building a galley even to chase these villagers off of the deer down here. So that's kind of funny. Yu is rebuilding. He's trying to take some more wood, and it looks like he's going to be picked up by Xiaoxiong with a friendly transport ship. I think he might charge him a few hundred yen for this, but you going to head into that transport there and get the hell out of this place. But Fire, what are they doing? Fire's just going to release his galleys, and this transport ship with Yu's villagers on is about to be taken down. Oh my goodness me. And down it goes. Yu losing his villagers in that transport ship. Why? Why would you take a transport ship from there? It's right next to Fire's docks, and Fire just sees it and pops out. And GG transport ship, Yu loses 5 more villagers, and he still doesn't have a TC up at the moment. So, wow, that is funny. Bagiofro coming in on this wood line. House, palisade wall, All of these villagers are trapped, and what's Bad Jofro doing? Sticking up a watchtower here. These 5-6 villagers are probably going to go down, and that's all that Yu has left. Yu has a few fishers in the north, moving them out of the way of Fire's galleys there. But on the bright side, Xiao Xiong seems to be winning the water against Fire. He's taking down his fishing ships, and he has got the population lead in the game at the moment. But that's how it goes up for Bad Jofro. Those villagers are going to be going down, and oh my god, this game is just so stupid. But this is why I love Nomad. Sometimes you just get the most ridiculous games on Nomad, and this is one of them. Riot up in the north, continuing to tower. But well dealt with by DS, I've got to say. But that Castle Age upgrade is coming in for Slam right now. Cigarettes is already up to Castle in the north. And yeah, Cigarettes coming down here with some knights. I don't know why he's focusing down that stable. There's a palisade wall right there. But Cigarettes beating Slam up to the Castle Age. I just wonder what's going on the water here. There's, yeah, Slam here coming in, taking down those fishing ships from DS as well. And Riot on the water slightly too. So good advantage for TyRanT at the moment. They're taking down quite a lot of fishers from the other team. On the left side, Yu is completely out of it. Those villagers are all dead in that lumber camp, and these ones on the left side now might be trying to build a new town center somewhere, but he is trapped. There's no question about it. Now, in the north of the map, looks like Cigarette's doing pretty decent, actually. He's playing as the Franks, so his knights are really good. Going to be up against the Spanish knights, which are going to be able to equal his knights in upgrades, but it's likely that Slam doesn't quite have bloodlines yet. But it does not look like he's going for knights anyway. He's sticking up a monastery in defense, and he will just break out the old monks, go for some Wololo action, and take down or convert those knights, sorry, that are trying to come in. So I think for Slam here, he's in a pretty good location. Now we've got to check out Cigarettes' fishing. He has got a lot of fish, as has Slam. So I'd say these guys in the north roughly equal. Population-wise, they're pretty much neck and neck. But it does seem like Cigarettes is being much more aggressive here, which can definitely work out in his favor. Slam at the south of him obviously has got DS and his towers, but DS really just trying to defend against Riot at the moment, who has a ton of archers on this right hand side. On the left side of the map, Xiao Xiong, another transport ship coming over, and it looks like this time Yu might just get away. Slam though gonna spot that with his fishing ships. I wonder if he'll stop it again. No, there's no more galleys on this center area for the TyRanT team. So TyRanT Warlords here losing on this left side, it seems, as Xiao Xiong takes that water control. Celts with that wood gathering bonus, able to really do quite well there, and he's got a lot of fishing ships as well. So the red player in a good position, I feel, but just a little bit out the way at the moment. All of the action are going on the right side of the map. A couple of Wololos from as he gets a couple of conversions there, and this Mangonel is probably, oh, I was going to say probably going to go down, but you know what, Cigarettes just converted it right back again. Slam though is going to get a couple more conversions here, and this stable might just fall, and there it goes down. Slam wide open now to these knights, but Cigarettes not really with too many knights at the moment due to losing a couple through conversion. Slam just moving his monks back to try and get another couple of conversions here if he can. But it's looking pretty good for Cigarettes. He's going to keep the siege coming up, keep the monks coming out, and keep those knights running through. But another conversion for Slam. And it doesn't get much better than that. We like to see conversions. Conversions are so great. Slam, though, up to 3 TCs on this right side, but his first town centre in a little bit of trouble here, as Cigarettes' battering ram comes forward. But he's not actually going to focus the TC. He might focus down that siege workshop by the looks of it, and that does also make a lot of sense. Prevent your opponent from making any siege. And obviously the counter here to the rams of Cigarettes is going to be Slam's Mangonels. So Slam going to be defending with these good old monks. Going to be looking for a couple more conversions. It looks like, though, Cigarettes does have more monks at the moment. But those conversions coming in pretty quickly. In fact, Slam even deleting them once he's converted them. Deleting that knight there just to prevent Cigarettes from converting it back. So good moves by Slam, but he is really on the defensive now. And DS is coming in from the south as well. So DS, the side player, coming in at the south, going to run headlong into that mangonel and then run back again. What a pathetic attack. It's like, alright, I'm going to come in. I'm going to do this amazing counter-attack on Slam. I'm going to catch him off guard. Bam. Mangonel shot. Dead. And then run away. He's got bigger fish to fry. That's Riet. Riet at the moment with 68 pop. He's got those 2 mangonels slamming away on that town center. And we've got a defensive castle up here from DS as well, as he loses that mangonel there on that right side. So Riot nice and aggressive. That castle will put an end to the aggression, but in comes Bagiofro with a castle of his own. Bagiofro is just the king of putting up really awkward castles and towers. Here's another one. They're going to go right up on that TC, so whether or not DS likes it, that town center will be lost, but at least he's got a castle, right? He's going to have to rebuild his TC somewhere else, as that one is his only town center at the moment. However, for the side team, there is still some hope. The town center from you has finally been rebuilt, and he is, well, in the Dark Age, but he has at least got some fishing ships. He has at least left some remnants of his previous colonization on this map, this lumber camp down here. But yeah, he's got 17 population. He's got just 5 villagers. The rest are water units. But he has got some food income. And he's actually going to go up to the feudal age right now, safe next to Xiaozhong's base for the time being. They've also got some hope in Xiaozhong as well. Xiaozhong has got the population lead. He's got the most galleys on the water. He's taken out the fishing ships of the TyRanT team. He's taken out all of their water control. And this is where I was talking about earlier, saying that the war galleys, the water control, are going to be really crucial on this map. Because once Xiaozhong won the center, which he did quite comfortably, let's be honest, he's now moved out to the edge, and he's just sweeping, cleaning up, and taking out all the TyRanT fishing ships where he can. So, well played by him, and continuing to boom up as well now, but only just getting his 3rd town center. So I feel like a missed opportunity to boom a little harder, but he does still have a good 20 more villagers than anyone else in the game. So Xiaozhong, dark horse, well, not really a dark horse, he's got a really big potential to come back here, but we will see. Yellow player, DS, running into Xiaozhong's open arms. Xiaozhong is like just the refugee camp at the moment. His base is the refugee camp. He's got DS running through as well. DS being squeezed out by Bagiofro, Riet, and well, Slam not looking quite so good actually. Did lose, or is losing, this town center in the north. In comes DS again with some crossbows. Let's see what he can do this time. Or will he? Oh no, that's his teammate. My bad. Gonna go to Cigarettes' monks to get a few heals. But Slam here could get a 2-for-1 offer on these mangonels. Looks like he will. Well played. Gonna go for the 3rd as well. If he gets that, oh my goodness. 3 mangonels down for 1. And fantastic play by Slam, really. Good defense, but yeah, not like it's not like he's doing amazing. He's obviously on the back foot against Cigarettes here, but 3 mangonels for 1 is really good trade and very, very valuable. Riet in the back here causing trouble. This is so messy now. It's so messy, but you gotta love it. You gotta love it. So Imperial Age, is it on the way for anyone just yet? Well, not quite, but map control is looking pretty good for the TyRanT team at the moment. They have pushed DS right back. And if they can get rid of DS here, then they can focus on Cigarettes, I guess. And, you know, DS has already ran away, so he's kind of shown his hand already, building his new town center now in the center of this lake. Water is still looking good for Xiaozhong as well. And Anal Drone, anonymous apparently, but it is Anal Drone, just donated $1. Thank you very much, Anal Drone. Job interview tomorrow, fingers crossed, lads. Yes, fingers crossed indeed. Hopefully you get it. I'll be rooting for you. Let us know in the chat what job you're going for. But good luck to you. Hopefully you get that job. Jobs aren't so easy to come by these days, so all the best. And in the meanwhile, Slam's actually lost that TC at long last. But now he's chasing down these crossbows from DS. He's on a hunt. He's looking for them. He's going to have to attack ground, though, if he wants to get them, by the looks of it. These Mackinac. It's not going to get there, it doesn't seem. Or will it? Or will it? Yeah, oh, 1 down. Anyway, good push here now by Bagiofro and Riet. They're teaming together, and they are going to now move into Cigarettes' base. Cigarettes losing that forward aggression. He did take 1 town center down, which is a small, minor victory. But ultimately he's been pushed right back, and these crossbows can do a lot of raiding damage, get a lot of villagers down on the farms, etc. And these war wagons as well in here are going to be doing some damage. But I just think this game is hilarious. You use TC being rebuilt in the north here. I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to get himself back into it somehow. He might want to go up to the Castle Age. Meanwhile, DS, oh my goodness me, look at that cluster of villagers there trying to escape. And you have Bagiofro with his war wagons trying to pick them off as they run. Bagiofro, I think what he tried to do was wall this up, or someone tried to wall this up, slam at that wall. So these villagers just basically attacking the wall. And well, if Bagiofro chases, I mean, he could get in here and start doing some serious damage. But like I said, still there is hope for the Side B team. Xiaoxiong definitely pulling his weight this game, taking out these docks now in the north, or the east of the map, sorry, doing some good eco damage even from the back of the map as well, killing villagers on the farms, etc. And also landing a castle right here. It's a little bit in the middle of nowhere, but it's something, and it might be a little bit of a foothold onto Fire's base. He could even start attacking this town center here as well. And I've got a feeling that Xiaoxiong is probably up to Imperial now. And yes, he is. He's going to be the first one up by the looks of things, shortly followed by Bagiofro. But Xiaoxiong going to get up to the Imperial Age pretty soon, and as such, he might just start launching his attack. He's playing as the Celts, of course, and that means Woad Raiders. But a quick wall off by Bagiofro here, though he is... Oh no, he's not open on the right side. He's walling that too. So Bagiofro really on the ball today. He's actually been playing really quite nicely so far this game. And Xiaoxiong's landing attempt is going to fall flat on its face by looks of things. However, he does have a transport ship. So these are Woad Raiders here. Unfortunately, not going to get in very easily, as all this is walled up. But they have got the potential of just going into the transport ship and going around the walls. That's the beauty of water control. At the north of the map, Slam's trying to get back onto the water a little bit here with some fire ships. And it might just work out. He did actually get a couple of conversions. These ships here are converted for good measure. But it looks like Xiaoxiong has enough galleys here to deal with this. I'm just more interested in seeing what Bagiofro is going to be up to now. He is into the Imperial Age as well. He is about 99% of the way there, and he's up. Big eco for him, looking pretty strong. Koreans, of course, we know the late game powerhouse that they are, and this is kind of nice for the TyRanT team because they've merged their bases together now on this right side. They've kind of got rid of any threats from the inside that DS posed, and I think now we'll see Trebs coming out to deal with this castle. War wagons, more of them, because war wagons are just the best, and well, not quite just the best, but I mean, they are really very good value for money. If you've got the wood, they're pretty low on the gold cost, so it's always a good idea to mass war wagons if you can manage it, as the Koreans. A lot of tankiness there, very good value for money, of course, and just a really big supporting unit to your protecting unit, I guess, to your siege onagers if you get them out. And I'm hoping we see some siege onagers this game. I hope that every game, because siege onagers are just the best. But we got some more landings coming in from Xiaoxiong, and well, Fire's trying to wall it up again as fast as he can, but he only has stone walls this time. So there's a potential here for a lot of trouble, as these stone walls will get taken down very quickly by the castle. We'll see if Riot is Fire, sorry, going to be doing stone wall, but he doesn't actually have a university yet. So this castle, a couple of petards, just castle arrow fire could easily take down this stone wall. He might not even do petards. He could just put a trebuchet, but I think petards always fun to see in action. And another castle from Xiaoxiong as well. So well played by him at this point in time, doing a really good job. Bagiofro is still taking that sling though. And I think he's probably going to be focusing more on this right side for now than at the bottom, because there's not really a lot to do here, aside from keep the red player out. But red quickly putting out two petards, and Xiaoxiong going for it. Good man, that's what we want to see. And I think even petard busting this left side would make the most sense, but we'll see what he does. Maybe more landings as well, sending those Woad Raiders over to this right side. Elite Woad Raider just being researched and more petards being queued up, so you've got to love that. Petard busting these walls down is it's going to be great. Meanwhile, we've got Riet and Badjofra with a few units here to basically just try and defend this from the Woad Raiders, but the Woad Raiders are looking to raid, and they're doing just that, taking down those 2 Trebs from Badjofra, so very good. And you can see it in the chat as well, Badjofra are literally just asking for wood, and that is simply because the Koreans need so much of it. But this base from DS, this is starting location, getting cleaned up now, which means extra gold here for Slam, and well, that's just one less thing they have to worry about, and then they can start focusing on Cigarettes in the north. Cigarettes here, playing as the Franks, massing up those knights. Is he up to the Imperial Age? Yes, he is. So we'll probably see Cavalier from him if he can afford it, but it looks like he's really poor up here in the north. He does not have much food or gold at this point in time at all, and against those elite war wagons from Badjofra, he is not actually standing up too well to that at all. Those pikemen getting cut down pretty quickly, and the Franks don't really have much versatility, I feel. Throwing axemen would simply not work in this situation. They can't upgrade their they can upgrade their halberdier, but they can't upgrade all the way on the defenses, so it's a little bit awkward for the Franks in this situation, I think. And massing halberdier, not so nice, especially against war wagons where they can pick you off at range. In the south of the map, that petard bust on that wall going through, but we got defensive bombard towers from Badjofra now doing everything they can to keep Xiaoxiong out. But you got to bear in mind, at this point in time, it's pretty much a 4 versus 2, because DS and Yu are out of it. They're out of the picture entirely. Yu up to the Castle Age now, just getting up his 2nd and 3rd TC, and TyRanT have every advantage at this moment. Riet with that Cavalier upgrade there. Gonna be massing up some of those Paladins towards the end of the game. Focusing down on Cigarettes' expensive trebuchets, just holding the map control as best they can. And Xiaoxiong, though, fantastic raiding, fantastic use of these Woad Raiders, continually just dropping them off at the shoreline, taking out Badjofra's expensive siege equipment. And, I mean, he's doing a very good job of that. You've got to commend him on it. There's another Treb and another bombard cannon down. And Badjofra so far losing quite a lot over there. So in the north then, I want to see Xiaoxiong doing something awesome up here, but at the moment it's just massing up some more Wodies and using his transport ships to drop them off around the map. I think this game could be pretty interesting towards the end, because it's going to become a choke point war. We're going to see this choke point and this choke point pretty hotly contested fairly soon, with this one now being where the standoff is happening. But I think the next hit on the TyRanT list should be Cigarettes. He's kind of on his own on the right here. He's not actually got a very good eco at all. And Slam now is also in the Imperial Age. So for him, Riet and Badjofra, they're all up to Imp. Fire at the moment is still Castle, but I believe he is slinging for now. And we've got that Paladin upgrade for Riet now as well. So TyRanT basically just defending against this for as long as possible. And it looks like that's going to fall to the Trebs pretty quickly as well. So Xiaoxiong's attempt here at this landing going to completely backfire. This castle on the right side's been taken down as well. So he is basically completely lost out on that landing opportunity. And he's now got those transport ships loaded up with Woad Raiders, looking for a landing opportunity there. But like I say, it's going to be a choke point war, it seems, if they attack Xiaoxiong. Or they could continue to just push through against Cigarettes, and Cigarettes is going to be defending against 2 or 3 even when Slam comes into the picture. So Cigarette's likely to go out very quickly here if he's not careful. Literally just making halbs at the moment, and he's up against elite war wagons, fully upgraded paladins. This CC is going to drop pretty quickly. The TyRanT guy is just going to push straight up, and there's no support here for Cigarettes. So where is Xiaoxiong going to support him from? Yeah, it's going to be tough. The teal player, the yellow player, they're so out of the game so far from being taken out so early on that there's no real support from them either. And so war wagons and paladins is such a strong combination. And now we've got the hand cannons coming in from Slam as well, just to rip these halberdier to shreds. So the north of the map for Psy is going to fall very quickly, and I honestly think that the Psy team, they've done a fantastic job of holding on to this game. I feel like you really threw it at the start, though. There was no need to do what he did there, and that was a massive mistake. DS held on for as long as he could, and he's falling back to try and rebuild, but he's struggling to get back into it here. And whilst Psy still have good water control at the moment, they're really losing very quickly, very rapidly on the land, and As such, I think Psy won't be lasting much longer in this game, especially now Slam is pumping out those hand cannons and the siege rams who arrived. It's just suicide for Cigarettes to run into this. The Cigarettes and Xiaoxiong, they can only do so much, but with you and DS not being able to pull themselves back up and not being able to get back into this game fast enough, it's just going to be a roll over Cigarettes' base, I feel, and there's the GG. Well played, though. They really did hold on for some time, and I honestly thought for a while that Xiaoxiong could have pulled themselves back into it, but there's the resignation from Psy B. Xiaoxiong GGing out, Cigarettes, DS, and you shortly to follow, but I still don't get why you did what he did at the start. I mean, try to do a Persian douche as the Mongols. It's called the Persian douche for a reason, but that's the GG right there. And TyRanT Warlords will take game number 3, and this series will go to 2-1. There are still more games to come. Of course, game number 4 will be coming up pretty quickly. I'll be